Modern skepticism relies on a specific image, a lifeless rock drifting through an infinite void, millions of miles away from meaningful connection to human life. This assumption relies on a cosmological model of absolute disconnection. In a vacuum, distant celestial bodies are simply isolated debris with no mechanism to interact with our consciousness. To understand how these movements could actually influence our experience, we have to look at the foundational model of the space itself. Within an interconnected, purposeful system, astrology shifts from a disconnected superstition to the study of a localized internal environment. This is the paradigm of the cosmic egg, an enclosed, self-contained cosmology that replaces the infinite expanse with a defined boundary. Within this boundary, space operates as a highly sensitive electromagnetic ecosystem linked through a shared field. In this worldview, astrology is the internal clockwork of our shared reality, the gears moving within a single, contained structure. This celestial geometry serves as a mirror. As the luminary lights move above, they directly reflect the continuous shifts in our own internal psychological evolution. Astrology, then, is not an external force acting on us from the outside, but the visible blueprint of an enclosed existence. The sun and the moon act as the central engines of this enclosed space. They serve a much larger role than simply providing light. These luminaries generate the primary electromagnetic rhythms that keep the entire system in motion. The moon, specifically, functions as a celestial metronome. Its phases track the development of memory, the formation of habits, and the timing of human emotion. This lunar patterning coordinates the rhythmic pull seen in ocean tides and our behavioral loops. Both water and the psyche respond to this exact shift. These solar and lunar cycles establish the baseline frequencies that dictate the pace of both personal and cosmic events. An enclosed, pressurized system requires built-in maintenance to ensure the internal field stays balanced. Eclipses act as major threshold events. They use a logic of concealment to interrupt the primary flow of light, forcing the system to temporarily reveal what is usually hidden in the glare. Ancient astrology treated planetary retrogrades as more than just a visual trick of a planet appearing to move backward. Within this enclosure, these periods serve as recursive loops. They pull the energy of the system back over previous ground to facilitate a psychological review. These convergences and loops provide the system with a way to clear energy and re-establish a stable baseline for the next cycle. As celestial bodies move, their interactions create a literal architecture of tension and harmony through specific angular relationships. A conjunction occurs when two planetary nodes converge. Their energies unite into a single concentrated point of focus. The square is a 90-degree angle. It creates the pressure needed for evolution, acting as a point of friction that forces a change in direction. A trine forms a triangular path between 3 points, allowing energy to move through the system without resistance. An opposition holds 2 points across the circle in a state of polarity, maintaining a dynamic balance between two extremes. In an enclosed electromagnetic field, these angles determine exactly how energy moves, where it accumulates, and where it must be released. This macrocosmology scales down to the individual level. As above, so below. The larger geometry of the egg is reflected in the human experience. The overarching rhythms of the system map directly onto our personal emotional trends, providing a schedule for our internal shifts. A natal chart acts as a symbolic map of this terrain, showing where energy is most likely to flow for creativity, discipline, or relationship. Every individual is a microcosm of the system, with internal rhythms that are linked to the larger celestial clockwork. This system provides a map of archetypal patterns and psychological tendencies. It describes the environment, but it does not act as a cage. This celestial geometry illuminates the psychological terrain we are currently walking through, rather than dictating a fatalistic future. Recognizing these patterns replaces the sense of a random universe with a recognizable rhythmic order. The geometry becomes a legible tool for navigation. By mastering the symbolism of the cosmic egg, we learn to work with the geometry of meaning. We move in step with the cosmos rather than struggling against its cycles.